for me is an example of one of the things I really love about spoken word, which is that it allows me to penetrate into difficult emotions in a really creative way. And in a way that in a way that nothing else can. And so it allows me to express certain things in a way that helps me to really look more deeply into them and then also do the work of transformation of those difficult emotions rather than trying to just get rid of them or cover over them or distract myself and pretend they're not really part of my experience. So spoken word is just a great outlet for me as a self-expression tool. So this piece is called Sorrow. I've got some sorrow dripping off my tongue. Said I've got some sorrow dripping off my tongue. And it ain't no cause for alarm. It ain't even a cause for fixing, 'cause there ain't no problem that needs correcting. I'm simply realizing I'm on a new stretch of path, reassessing my current situation amid fresh terrain. And I'm mourning the people that I'm leaving behind. I'm mourning the safety and security I used to find back when I was a different version of myself, and I'm looking for camaraderie from those who have gone before and those who can walk beside me as I forge ahead into the great unknown. And my house may be shifting, but my home is within me, rocking on a solid foundation of heart, traversing in the direction of connection to all the things I deem to matter most. And I carry a sacred sorrow like a satchel slung over my shoulder like the setting sun, filled with foggy memories of the way things never were. But I know this for sure. I'm a distinct collection of everyone I've ever met, strewn and fastened together with time and instinct. I'm a representation of every single thing that has ever happened in an 80-block radius of Times Square, even though I've never lived there. I'm a long drag on a cigarette that someone instantly regrets when they draw it slow to their lips, and I'm a tortured reminder of a human potential that most would prefer not to see. I make both and all genders uncomfortable equally, because it's few and far between the people who were able to keep up with me. And I don't say that lightly or boasting. I say it mournfully and coasting on the same wave we're all riding together on the ocean of breath, just one untended moment and short drop from drowning to death in the sea of all the things and people we meant to make time for but never did. And I could put the lid on all this. I could bottle it up like juice, reconstitute it and sell it back to you all sugared up, just 5% truth, but that don't seem fair to me or to you. And I prefer to just tell it like it is without you saying anything in return to make your own self feel better. I prefer you just listen like you mean it instead of waiting to speak when I'm through. And I prefer awkward silence over you coming up with some ill-informed notion about what you think I should do. Because I'm a rocket headed for the moon. I'm on the last red square and it's my turn to flip a card to dive feet first into the double C. I'm not looking for fanfare, glitter, tassels to adorn my every word. I don't want a fair weather friend or someone who sees life as absurd. I'm looking for someone who can be both uncynical and real, who can humor it out and also see the beauty all around. Someone who knows full well and with heart what it means to be lost, but in order to be found. Someone who won't deplete the air in my lungs, and who'll understand this sorrow dripping off my tongue. So, back in March when I had the CD release party and a solo show, it was the first time I had done spoken word pieces in like succession, one after another. Because prior to that, I'd always been in poetry slams where you have your 3 minutes on stage and then you get off. And then you have half an hour, 45 minutes. And then you get back on stage if you make it to the next round. And so that was the first time I did piece after piece after piece. And when I was practicing for that show, I was like, wow, this is a little challenging because they're energetic pieces, right? And they're, I really call forth the piece whenever I wrote it and get in touch with the spirit of it and, you know, relive it. And so to change gears on stage from piece to piece took some practice for me. And I didn't think about that, you know, prior to the show, like, oh yeah, I'm not used to that. So, yeah, so it takes me a little, you know, the talking in between also is good for me to give me a little transition time between pieces. Hello, dear people.
There's a spider in the audience.
Whoa.
Oh, it's dangling.
You see it? Right there. You
Oh.
go around it.
Bonus points if you kill it.
I love the spider intermission. This is great. Hello, buddy. He's coming to enjoy the show.
Like, why are you guys staring at us? The weaver of the web is here to listen.
Okay, let's see. Where am I at? Yeah, let's see. So I'm gonna do this next piece is a fun one that I really enjoy. It's an older piece. That piece I just did, Sorrow. Where did he go? My husband disappeared. Actually, he could be there. I'll have my glasses on. He could. No. He's sitting right there. The piece I just did, Sorrow. Like I mentioned, it's the first time I've done that in front of people, anybody. My husband is included, so that was the first time he heard that piece. So, thanks for being the first audience for that piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this next piece is a fun one. It's an older piece I wrote a number of years ago.